Could we be on the verge of another pandemic, and one that could be even worse than the one caused by coronavirus? This time it could actually be bird flu. Let's hope not. The CDC is now calling for more testing for bird flu at America's farms, sounding alarms after several farm workers contracted the disease from animals. Since 2003, there have been 888 confirmed human cases worldwide. That's according to the CDC. But here's the scary part. Half of those patients died from the disease. Compare that to COVID, in which just 0.6% of people who tested positive actually died. The fear now is that the bird flu is changing, adapting, and could spread to not just birds, but also cattle and pigs, and then eventually spread from human to human. Former CDC Director Robert Redfield, who helped oversee our country's response to COVID, says it is definitely time to take this more seriously. And Dr. Redfield joins me live now. It's always nice to see you, Doctor. I remember you told Chris not long ago that the bird flu could make COVID look like a little pandemic, which was quite alarming. I mean, is that really the case?
Yes, Brian, I really do think it's very likely that we will at some time, it's not a question of if, it's more of a question of when, we will have a bird flu pandemic. As you mentioned, unfortunately, bird flu has, when it does enter humans, has a significant mortality, probably somewhere between 25 and 50% mortality. So it's going to be quite complicated. Since 2019, we've had a progressive increase in bird flu in chickens and ducks and turkeys in our country. And since then, you've seen it now go into a number of mammals. It's now in over 25 different mammals. I think now with the llamas recently, it's now in 27 mammals in the United States. Why is that important? Is we know exactly what has to happen for bird flu to be infectious for humans and go human to human. Scientists in 2012 actually did experiments in the lab using gain-of-function research, which I'm not in favor of, but the scientists did it, and they figured the 5 amino acids that have to change in a key receptor in order for bird flu to gain a propensity to bind to the human receptor and then be able to go human to human. Something that obviously happened with COVID, where COVID obviously learned how to use the ACE2 receptor in humans and then, of course, became a very infectious virus. Those 5 amino acids,
so
that's a huge...
So I was just wondering if it's going to go, if it does, hopefully it won't. If it goes human to human, though, is it like COVID where if you cough, someone else can get it? Is that how it spreads, or does it spread a different way?
No, it's likely to spread through aerosol and droplets is how it's going to eventually spread. And once the virus gains the ability to attach to the human receptor, and then go human to human, that's when you're going to have the pandemic. And as I said, I think it's just a matter of time. Normally, the 5 amino acid changes is a huge species barrier. So who knows how long that will take. But as it goes into more and more different mammals, it's changing its use of receptors. It's changing. It's learning how to use different receptors for dolphins and seals. And it's learning how to use receptors in bears and polar bears and foxes and raccoons and cats. So it's going through a lot of changes, and as it picks up some of these new receptors, it can get closer and closer to humans. Recently in cattle, where it was recently described and now is in a significant number of cattle in the United States, I'm concerned about that because cattle live close to pigs, and a lot of times in flu, there's been a relationship of flu going from pigs to humans as it's trying to evolve and gaining the receptors it needs to go human. I'm less concerned, though, that this will happen through spillover and evolution in animals. I'm much more concerned that this will happen in the laboratory through gain-of-function research.
Okay.
I can create this virus literally in weeks to months by using gain-of-function research. I know exactly what amino acids I have to change because in 2012, against my recommendation, the scientists that did these experiments actually published them. So the recipe for how to make bird flu highly infectious for humans is already out there. All you have to do is look it up.
That's creepy to think about. It's creepy to think about, Dr. Redfield, and we know what can go wrong with the possibility of how COVID started in the lab, and the fact that these diseases can be weaponized is very scary to think about. We'll stay on top of it with your help. Dr. Robert Redfield, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.